So I think the church will never be able to unofficially, when you sit with them, unofficially your pastor will say, Hoi ho, apne gwabi thik ase. When you go to your reverend, they will say, Hoi ho, apne gwabi thik ase. That will always be there. But as an official statement, it will be very difficult for the church. That's one thing I think all of us will have to understand. And so I would like to say, you can never expect a pastor to stand on the pulpit and say, please use condoms. He will never say. And we should not expect. Or for the pastor to say, extramarital affair is okay. You cannot expect a pastor to say that, because that is sacrosanct. The pastor will never say that on the pulpit. So also, it's become in that same length when you come to this whole Prohibition Act. So, Pastor Brado kitabi officially do, to live kuribi, no kobo. That's one thing that I want to let you all understand. But one of the things that I'm seeing is, Amigan be research kuribo lage. And research is not happening, and the kind of debates which are happening are all paper war happening. Nagaland government be paper dehi likhibo, NBCC be paper dehi response dibo. But real practical dialogue has not happened with NBCC. I'm sure if the government of Nagaland, elders, tribals sit with NBCC and have a discussion, and if we come up with research, okay, there's a research on Bihar. Bihar is also a dry state. There's a research on Bihar where it clearly shows that because of ban on alcohol, drug use has increased. There's a data on that. Gujarat, the increase of black market, there's a research on that. Now all of you young boys and girls sitting here, I'm sure when you have party you drink. I will not ask this question to Mr. Chingmak, but that's besides the point. I'm not saying of that. Holibi moilaga point to, how is it that there are 10 young people, only 2 are drinking, and the 8 people are not drinking? I think these are larger questions. All of you are here. I'm sure none of you are drunkards here. And that's why you were chosen to be a leader. And so the larger question is, Dosta majuti kili pasta tu mudu khai, pasta tu kili mudu na khai. And this is what we have to debate with the church. I think this is where the church has to begin understanding that there is a section of young people who are susceptible to drinking. There's a section of boys and girls who are susceptible to drug use. But even if you throw drugs, even if you throw alcohol, there are some young people who don't drink. So I think it again goes back to our church. It goes back to our home. It goes to our families. It goes to show that parenting is an area where the church has to focus its energy. And these are the dialogues which has to happen. And I have a feeling these dialogues are not happening. And so I feel if we sit with them and dialogue with them, the church will be open and willing to understand. Lastly, I also want to say, Mizoram also has the same law. They are also a dry state. But if you look at Mizoram, you will find that they enacted in